still off the caption. Another one going to the struggle. Crazy to hear, man. Like, I was literally just on the phone with somebody who was real tight with the person. And, I know that this person has an addiction problem. I know that they were struggling with it. And they have a family that enables them. A father who has done really well for himself. So basically, I had this personal ATM. He's a grown man. He's older than me, actually. But, I was talking to the person. They were telling me that um, my boy just come home from doing a couple years. Not even a couple, it was like 2 years maybe, if that. And the whole time he was gone, he was, crazy balls to the wall. He come home, dropped like 40 bands on chains and tattoos. And he's one of the people that just had the feeling that they could get in. But, as a man, I respected him because he did do good things for this other person and other people I know. So, rest in peace. I respected him. And I was talking to the person, and they were talking about his addiction. And, I was like, when it comes to this certain substance, fentanyl, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's not like you can't play with fire and you get burned when it comes to that type of stuff. And it's taken so many people that I know that almost made it out the flame. They got burned along the way. They almost made it out, and did make it out. One of the last few times, all it took was at one time. He was gone. Well, this person had called home to talk to the person, and the father answered the phone. Was like, so and so, we got sad news. And they're like, man, tell me it was a car accident. Tell me it was. He phoned. He said, tell me it's anything. Just don't tell me that he died. Lo and behold, he passed away that morning. But when we were talking, I said that, and I didn't know at the time that I had already, he already passed away. We were speaking about this 18 earlier. And here's the thing, thousands of people literally every day that pass away from this, that becomes their addiction. That's just more fuel to the fire of why I'm doing what I'm doing to try and make people more aware. And I'm going to step up when it comes to my channel. I'm going to keep doing more and providing more services to where people can find out what they need to find out, get the resources that they need to be able to start, continue, or finish their recovery. Going on, Adventure Boys. Because recovery is not something that happens overnight. I know that very well. And just watching that it's taken so much from so many people, not just including me, so many, it's unreal. Like, this person that I was talking about, they're devastated, crushed, And I'm a realist type of person. Like, I shoot it straight. Obviously, I have sympathy for some people that do certain things, but when it comes to drug use and it comes to fentanyl addiction, you know damn well what you're doing is going to kill you. Not a matter if it's when, like I said. Uh, you played with it. It's hard for me to have sympathy for that. I do for the family. I do for the person to an extent. I do for their loved ones. But when it comes to fentanyl addiction, you know what comes with it. Numero uno is death and a struggle in life with it. That also comes with you have an enabling partner, family, anything along the lines. You should always push for better things for the person who is that is in active addiction or in recovery. It doesn't matter. It's up to all 20 of y'all. Please like, subscribe, share. I'm trying to get this channel boosted up to, raise awareness for addiction and help people that's actually in recovery. I'm 5 years deep into it myself. It's good. But when you have a family that enables you, when you have a family that, just kind of sugarcoats it along the way and easy does it, it's harder for you to make that turn, especially if you come from, your parents worked really hard, or their parents worked really hard, your grandparents, and they have money. Boyd, what's up, Boyd? Like, if you come from, generational wealth where you don't have the poverty struggle as some people do, a lot of people don't understand the struggle that really comes with that. I come from that. I remember growing up not having no electricity on in the house. I remember not having no food in the refrigerator. I remember not having the lights on anything, water. But it got better. And it got worse. It always gets worse before it gets better. I'm in a great place in my life right now. I'm 5 years into recovery from the serious heroin and meth addiction, and I've never been happier in my life. But problem being that I want to help people, and now that I'm seeing all the destruction from what drugs do to people, it's so hard to, like I said before, have sympathy for anybody who plays Russian roulette with their life, and that's you know essentially what you're doing when you do something. You're you're playing with your life, and the person I was talking to, they didn't necessarily like the fact that I was very, I guess, blunt about how I felt, but I'm also not going to sit here and lie to you. Told them before, it's only a matter of time. Like until you they take advantage of, especially with someone like that person comes from money. Like until you take advantage of what you have and don't squander it, like it's hard for somebody to feel for that. When you could have built a great life, you could have built a legacy for your children, and now they're left with nothing. It just sucks, man. It really does. Again, that's why I'm doing this channel. I've been out of the game for like a week. I've been sick. Sinus infection is killing me. But I'm trying to turn this around. I'm gonna keep putting out more stuff. There's gonna be things. Next week I got someone requested to do, a prison food basically tutorial. So that's one thing I'm gonna do that's coming up, and also I'm not condoning this obviously, but the people are curious about how you build a tattoo machine behind the wall. So that's another thing I'm gonna do that I'm opening up. Yeah, I know, man. It's heartbreaking to have to steadily get this news. It's been in 2024. It's been 8 people that I knew personally so far, and that's just me alone. And it's not something that's going to stop no time soon. There's things that's coming out that's even stronger. What is my purpose of life? Is that what you're asking, Leo? If so, I'll go ahead and answer that question. If it's different, why do I think I was born for? That's a real good question. If I had to answer that question now that after all my trials and tribulations that I've been through, I think it is to help people. To help people try to avoid some of the hardships that I've had to endure that I should have learned from if I was taught, or at least someone dropped gems on me the way that I'm trying to do for other people. Maybe I would have listened. Sometimes you got to go through that road, knock your head a couple times, and then get back up. But some people can't just stand that fall, and they get knocked down and just stay scrambling, can never get back up. So that's if I have to answer that question properly. I think I really like to help people. I want to open people's eyes, and I want to advocate for people's recovery, for people's sobriety. So that would be, helping would be my answer for that, man. To be honest with you. Thank you for that question. Where you out of, man? Where you from? Where we asking this question from? I'm out of Virginia, Stafford, Virginia. My name's Cody. I run this channel. It's Ride to Recover. It's about a month and a half, 2 months old now. Slowly rising. Thank you, man. Thanks. Now, like I said, it's slowly rising. I'm a father to one daughter. I have three bonus children. I own a small business, and I run this channel as much as I possibly can. When I get off work, I try to hit a live, make some shorts. I like to cover some of right now it's the YSL trial going on. I like to cover that. Young Thug is I like him. He's one of the artists that I have in my playlist. So, I like to cover his trial, him, Melly, um, some of the true crime. I actually have somebody that I was priorly incarcerated with. His name's David Newton. You could actually look him up. He's a good guy, minus what he had done, which was an accident. but I'm not condoning it. Like I said before, he is in Red Onion State Prison in Virginia. He's doing 40 years right now for murder, murder one. And I'll be having his side of the story being told in the next couple months whenever his visitation comes back on. So that's gonna be something cool to watch, man. You should look the case up. It's actually a pretty grotesque thing that happened. A young lady lost her life in that, and along with three other people who lost their freedom, including David. Uh, I don't know if any of you guys right now, that three that are on here, who keep going up, going back down, it's okay with. It's something I'm learning, it's something I'm getting used to. But I don't know if anybody in here right now knows somebody that's struggling with addiction and or is already past that point and in recovery. Um, Please, man, send them to my channel. Have them check me out. I have a lot of good things to say, and I'm willing to anybody who don't want to make that turn or scared to make that turn. Like, I'm willing to help and help them find that place, man. If they need help finding, recovery centers or detox, anything to get it started, even counselors, wherever you're at. If I can help, man, I would like to help. And there's a big process for what I'm doing right now, and this is just the beginning stages of it. Like, somebody recommended that I start a channel because I build bikes, I ride, and hence where Ride to Recovery comes from. It's one of my biggest things I like to do that keeps my mind straight. And since I'm in recovery is my riding and fitness and work. But it's been a long battle. I've had two open heart surgeries. Like, I've been to prison twice, one for 3 years and some change, the other one for just about the same. And then in between them times, 6 months or 10 months. So basically, I've had 10 years of my life that I gave away. I'll never say that nobody took that time from me, because I gave that away with the actions that come from me. Uh, there's been a lot of things that's happened that I've learned from, and that's why I'm able to help people better than some people that's never lived that life, and somebody that's never been in their senses before. Somebody's never been out there selling. I'm not sure what I can say on it yet, but that's another thing. Been out there, selling flowers or doing whatever the case is. I've done it. I've lived it, and I made it out on the other side. If I can do it, anybody can do it. That's for sure. I come from nothing. I have more than anybody in my family. I'm the black sheep of the family. My side of the family is. Everybody on my side of the family is struggling with addiction. My mother lost her life in 2015 from a heroin addiction. My father's dying from cirrhosis of the liver right now. My brother, thank the Lord, he beat his addiction. He's steadily in recovery with it. Because everybody that's around me. But I've learned that you don't have to necessarily cut everybody off. Anybody that's using, you don't have to cut them off completely. You have to learn to love them from a distance. You know, am I prepared for judgment? See, that runs into a religious aspect, I suppose. And I don't really like to jump into that or politics in here, but I will say, when my time does come, which I have technically, I flatlined for over a minute when I had the heart surgeries. Um, Technically, I had died, but I was brought back. When within that time, I see nothing. I don't remember. It was like I was sleeping. I was basically in a coma. But yes, when that time does come, from what I have faced in my actual life, I have been properly prepared for whatever adjustment that hits me. But I haven't been no saint or no angel. Because whatever comes, whatever comes. I'm willing to take it down. Maybe that's something, a price that I'm willing to pay. But it's another reason, not really a reason, but it's a big thing that I want to give back, because there's not a lot of people that, at least where I'm at, that do that. If you're a drug addict around here, or if you're a recovering drug addict, a ex-convict, anything along the line, you're a POS. Like, the way that I'm judged, because I have dread, I have face tattoos, like, I'm tattooed all up, like, I just look like a stereotypical convict. And the way that I'm judged, is so outrageous. I never noticed it until I came home this time. But it's true. People judge books by their covers all the time. I actually went and bought a car from somebody like 2 weeks ago now. And a little cheap car. I've been on a moped for 2 years getting my license back. Finally got getting it back through this month. But I went to buy this car from this gentleman. He's an IT tech somewhere out in Virginia. And I only paid $880 for the car. It's a little nice little SUV, something to get me through the winter repair minimum. Um, and I guess that's all a person to person thing. In a sense, for me, I think our destinies are is being woven right before we step into it. So morals is something that I had to learn. I didn't have them like I do now. I come from being a dirtball. I come from being feisty. And having guidance, when you learn yourself and you learn to love yourself, you learn how to guide yourself. You learn how what path you need to take off of the decisions that you made in the past. I think something that I say really is that I rather know what not to do than what to do. Because if I know what not to do, everything you should know what to do will fall in line with that. That's my personal opinion. Maybe I'm a little confused by your question, but if you'd like to try to re-ask in a different way, you're more than welcome. I don't mind sitting here and chit chat. You're the only one left. I'm cool with that. Like, okay, life is it's a very valuable thing, and a lot of people take it for granted. I took it for granted for a long time, man. A long time. I had a death wish. I didn't feel it. I treated people really bad. I have a lot of people to this day that still don't even associate with me just because of what my addiction to myself, what I did to myself and my addiction and what I did to others. But trying to rise from that has been the hardest part. Catalyst to me getting better. I turned 30 on my last day. I'm 32 now. Am I afraid of change? No, not by any means. I have learned to accept change because out of all the time that I've been incarcerated, you no longer have a choice anymore. The only choice you have is basically what they give you. And change happens all the time. People change around you. The place where you stay changes. The facility you're at changes. People around you change. And fast forward to the street out here, it's even faster. It's even different. It's like being on the treadmill. You're constantly going. And things change all the time. I went from living in basically a shack with my father to having my own place and having a nice old lady and nice things in my life. But I've also went from having somewhat nice things to having nothing. But no, change is not something that scares me. Maybe what comes with some of the change may temporarily give you a vague sense of being afraid, but no, I'm not afraid of change. Why do you ask? Are you afraid of change? Yeah, it's nice to be able to actually sit down and converse with somebody and not be trolled to death. But again, I appreciate all the love, man, all the feedback. I've gotten 6 likes off this. That's cool, man. I'm not trying to get YouTube famous. If it happens, it happens. That's what's up. My main initiative is to be able to get out there and find my place to be able to help people that's struggling with addiction and trying to make it and survive everything. But when you're in addiction, recovery seems so far fetched, so far away until that time comes. And then when you're in it, it seems like addiction is so close to you. It's right behind you at all times. Um, that might be a change that I would be afraid of. Would be relapsing or falling back into that lifestyle. That's a change that I don't want to. That's never going to happen. I've taken the word relapse, trying to take it out of my vocabulary. So, well, Rio, where are you from? If anybody new that's in here right now, hey man, thanks for tapping in with this Katie of Ride and Recovery, with the recovery, addiction recovery channel. And I'm trying to make it the algorithm a little bit. Please hit the like button, man. Subscribe. Help me out. I'm trying to save lives and help people save their own lives. Like, it's a major epidemic that's happening right now, especially with the opioid crisis for the fentanyl crisis and everything. You know, it's something that's not paid much attention to, paid as much attention as it should be. And it's taken so many people's lives forward. It's such a devastating thing, heartbreaking thing. And that's why I want to get out to be able to help people. Like, you know, I recently made a venture into going to get in the midst of getting a bunch of Narcan where I can go hand them out for the, you know, the unfortunate, the homeless population in the next city area and Fredericksburg and it's everywhere. Drugs don't discriminate, that's for sure. Hey, no doubt, man. Thanks for tapping in and asking me questions. It's nice to, you know, be able to converse with somebody, especially somebody that's on the other side of the world, man. That's cool. I appreciate it. It's good, God. How you holding up, bro? What's going on? Tap in. What's the news? Anything happening with you? I just had another, I guess you could say homeboy. He lost his struggle for the battle, man. It took him out the game. You know, he was a very, very, well taken care of person. He had a good life and he took it for granted. And he lost his battle with addiction, man. But he's at peace now. That's why we're in here right now. I just lost one headphone. We're down to one headphone. And I hope you're holding up, bro. What's going on with you? Give me an update. I mean, everything is all good. I'm trying to make it through six for like the past week. Also, I popped on here a few times, but not like I should be. If you seeing the numbers go up and hearing the numbers go down, it's cool as long as we getting some people hopping in. I did obtain a bunch of new tools, though. Boom, 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 boom. Danny, what's up? Again, that right there, the one that just popped in, that's a long time homegirl right there. I want to give mad love to you. She's one of the ones that pushed me throughout my recovery, and I'm damn sure glad she did. No, I haven't, bro. Actually, if I'm being quite honest with you, um, I'm a pagan. You know, I believe in the Norse gods. You know, Odin, Thor, Loki, all of them. Like, that's where I am. But no, I've never read the Quran. I knew and was incarcerated with, lost my headphones. I knew and was incarcerated with a lot of Muslims and a lot of different people that, you know, read that. But no, I've never actually even read much of the Bible, to be honest with you. It's being that I come from the way I came up, the way I come from was a very, for lack of better words, a godless life. And for the stuff that I endured at a young age, I convinced myself that if there was actually a higher power, a God, Jesus, whatever the case is, I'm not too knowledgeable on either, so please don't beat me for this. But in my eyes, if all that was happening, why would we have so much suffering in this world? Like, that's where I come from with that. That's how I used to think. Now it's a little different. I do have a steady mindset upon certain things, but you know, I understand that there has to be suffering in order for growth. If there's no pain, you're not going to grow, because anytime the growth is developing, there's going to be pains along the way. And I get that now. That's not something that I understood for a long time, but yeah, dude, I have no reason not to be honest. Like you said, you're across the world, and I'm trying to upgrade my platform a little bit to where people can see the honesty, the realness. I'm just a normal man, a father that's in recovery, and I'm trying to better myself in every way. Along the way, I'm trying to help other people better themselves. Fair enough. Fair enough, then I'll shut my mouth. That's what I got from that. You know, again, this whole live thing. It's all new to me, so bear with me. Sometimes I will repeat what I say or what I do, but that's part of the process. I mean, with growth, there's going to be pain, and that's the painful part, I guess. I appreciate it, man. It's, a lot of the, I guess, so to say, what I would call wisdom that I've developed throughout my life has come through pain. It has come from the hardships that I've had to endure. But it's also built me into being who I am today. The kind, caring, loving father that I am. And I had to learn to love myself the way I used to love getting high, the way I used to learn to love running the streets and acting stupid. And now that I love myself, I take care of myself. I do good things for myself and other people. And the ones around me, they're damn sure taken care of. Anybody that is in my circle or in my triangle, whatever the case is, you're taken care of. If I can help you, I will. And that's what I'm trying to get out to anybody else. Like, a lot of people don't want to step out the gate and say, hey, I have an issue. And because one, it's YouTube. A lot of people don't want to do that, but you are anonymous to an extent. Even if you didn't want to comment on one of my things, then I'll send you an email and you can do it privately. I'm willing to help people if they're willing to help themselves, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink. That's what my dad used to always tell me. And I had a hard time, accepting that for a long time. But now I know that. That's a good way to put it, man. That's a good way to put it. I have a lot to gain. I have gained a lot, and there's a lot more that I'm finna gain. Like, I'm not giving up now. Everybody check it out. This is my baby. That's the baby. That's the graveyard. And that's the build. That's the KX I'm drawing on. Thanks, man. I've not had my license, so I've been on a moped. That's technically a moped for the past few years. And it's helped. It's kept me out of trouble. Got off probation. I got a house. I got a car. My old lady's got a car. The kids are good. Ain't much more you can ask for at that point, besides making more money. And I just got a new job. So, start a new job on the 1st. I'm going to be an auto glass installer, or tech, whatever you want to call it. But I'm an apprentice under my brother, making good money, get a work truck. So things slowly start to elevate. Things don't, people want things to happen overnight, especially when you're an addict. You want instant gratification. But instant gratification usually comes with things that aren't suitable for a healthy lifestyle. And patience. Patience is a virtue that you must obtain. That's what I've said to myself for a long time, and I will continue to say, and I will continue to preach to everybody. But look, to everybody that's on here, I love you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, work with me. I'm working with y'all. This is all new to me. So thank you for vibing in with me and tapping in. Again, thank you guys. Love y'all. Good luck in your recovery. If you need anything, you know where I'm at.